Hi everybody, all my followers, welcome to another video. So this video today is on a 2004 BMW 525. This is the E61, and this car came to me with the following problem. I'm gonna show you. So there we go, as you can see straight away. Well, you saw that airbag, and as you can see in there, we have an airbag fault. It just moved to the brake pads, but there is an airbag fault, as you might have seen right there. But there is obviously, you have the DSC also in there, and you might saw one for the light lever for the leveling. But the only thing I've been asked to look at is the airbag. Now, the background on this, or the story I've been told, so there we go. Okay, so an airbag fault. The story I've been told is that the airbag module on this car is faulty. They bought another module. They plug it in, and the fault remains. And they asked me if I could program the module, because they believe the second-hand module needs to be programmed, which he kind of does need. But I removed the center console. Was already all loosened. Was no bolts on it or anything like that, or was one bolt only on that side. So because obviously someone has been playing with this. So I've just took these off just to have a good look to see, just make sure everything is fine down here where they have been playing with. I can see straight away they broke the clip in there to open this, to remove this plug. So the tab here at the back is broken. And this is the module they bought. As you can see, it's marked in there with that Type X. So obviously this is the second-hand module, the one they bought to replace the original one. Now, I have scanned the car already. I've scanned it yesterday, a quick scan, and straight away I could see that whoever diagnosed this problem did a big mistake, because they diagnosed the wrong module. And well, I will take you through. Just hold a second. I'm going to plug the matrices, and then I will show you. I will show you everything I'm talking about. I'm going to also connect my battery maintainer, because I don't want to be here with the engine running, and I don't want to have the key on for too long and discharging the battery. So we're going to plug the battery maintainer, plug the matrices, and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, and it's all done, and I've done a quick scan on the car, auto scan. And what I wanted to see is the following. So for you guys that are familiar with this car, you will know what this module is called. Okay, for you that are not, I will show you in a second. And that's why they failed completely the diagnostics. So this module here is this module here. Okay, airbag SFZ satellite vehicle center is the one that is in the center of the car. And I'm going to show you. If I go to the ECU information, this module here is the second hand. It's exactly the same number, but you can see there 6952993. 6952993. Okay, so this SFZ. So this is my module. Is this module here, and as you can see, there is no codes. Everything is okay with it. Which airbag module does have a fault? I will show you which one is. Is this one up here? Is the safety and gateway module, the SIM, which is a module that, if I'm not mistaken, is somewhere underneath there. Okay, and that's the module that is showing faults. Now I want to show you what the faults are. And that's my faults. So we have 3 faults at the top. They are not present, which I believe is because perhaps, you see, transmitter SFZ is probably because they have been unplugged this module with the key on, or before the car goes into sleep mode, and obviously all this has been detected. As you can see, is 2 codes for the SFZ module, for the airbag center, and 1 in there for the vehicle center communication with the door. So this module lost communication with the door, obviously, if you unplugged it. But they're all not present. The only code that is here present is this code here, SIM control unit fault 93F9. If you are looking, I'm gonna make sure I put that code on the title of the video. So if you are looking at this video because you are having that issue, I'm not gonna say it's a common issue, but it's a known issue on the E60s, E65, E61, obviously, E66. Now, I had this same code on my 7 Series. I had it for about 2 years. I would delete the code. Sometimes it would last for a few days. A couple times it lasted for months. I nearly forgot about it. And it was very random. And you know, I always the saying, the son of the shoemaker soon will go barefoot, or something like that. So yes, for ages I was thinking about doing something, and I just been postponing it until one day I decide and I reprogrammed the module, reflashed the module with the Maxi-Cs, and that was it. That was like a long time ago. The airbag light never came back on. So I'm not gonna say this is the case, but probably it's gonna be what I'm gonna try first. So everything is connected, so that module is not going to be needed. There's nothing wrong with this module here. It's all fine. So my problem is going to be this module here. So the first thing I'm going to do here, although it says present, we're going to try to delete the codes and see what happens. Okay. And my module is not, my code is not even going away. So what we're going to do next, let me cycle the ignition. Okay, so in this case the code is not even going away, which is obviously not very good. But we're going to try to do a reflash. Just going to try it once more. No, it's not going away. Nope. No. So let's going to try to reflash the module. And we're gonna either hang on a minute, there's another code here, but I think this is for the DSC, for the steering. Okay, so once again, no message from the SFZ, and then the steering angle. I'm gonna try just to delete that one, see if that one goes away. Yep, and I think was the only modules. So 1 fault now, light module. Hang on, there's faults here for the probably is all to do with the no communication with the center module, or most likely, there we go, it's all the same. So this is all the different airbag modules fitted on this car. It's not just one module, so I think when they seen the control module fault, they assumed it was this module. They've, you know, there's more than one module on this. Okay, let's kind of delete this as well. Okay, so now we have no airbag faults anywhere. That is for the steering angle. The only fault now, what's this here? Okay, brake pads, and okay, forget about that for now. So it's only this one fault, as we have seen. So this is my only fault on the car. 93 F9 SGM SIM control unit fault. Okay, I'll try once more just to see if it goes away, but I don't think it will. No, it's not. It stays in there, as you can see. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to flash this. I'm going to get my the USB cable, as I need to connect the Maxi Cs to the J2534 through USB, and we're gonna attempt a flash to the module and see what happens. Okay, and he did the scan to the car. He's asking me if any control units were replaced. We're gonna press no. And while it loads, what I'm gonna do is, I don't know if this car has been updated in the past, if it is the latest version in there or not. Once I get into the module, I will see. But ideally, if it's the same software, it's just a reflash with the same software that's in there already. If the software is different, is a higher version, ideally I would recommend to update all the airbag modules, if not the entire car. But even if it's a higher module, a higher version, am I gonna try just to reprogram that one and see, and go from there, see what happens. Hopefully will work. So from here, I'm gonna select to program a single module. I don't want to do the entire car. So if we go through here, selective update. No, it's not what I want. Individual programming. Oh, really? Okay, SGM SIM is that one. Last program information, programming date. Wow, that was programmed in 2017. So I have a feeling that someone did this already in the past. Let me see if there's any. So there's no new version, as you can see, is the new versions. So there's no new version, and it looks like someone has done this already, so it might not gonna work, but we're gonna do it anyway. So we're gonna flash it with the same software, but it looks like someone did this already. So if someone did this and it didn't work, most likely there is an hardware fault with the gateway module, and obviously we might gonna have to get it out and well, replace it maybe, I don't know. So let's gonna carry on with this procedures. So he's gonna hopefully start to program soon. There we go. Yeah, it's done in September last year, so most likely that was already an attempt to fix this problem. Don't know, let's go and see what happens. And it's nearly done, nearly there. Okay. We should go to the line below to code. Exactly. Okay, done ignition off. Okay. Ignition on. Okay, wait 10 seconds. Okay, so it's done. Okay. Everything was successfully. And my airbag light is gone. Okay, let's gonna end the session. Now we're gonna go to diagnostics. I'm not gonna go to the auto scan. It's gonna go to control unit. It's gonna be chassis. No, sorry, body. And that one in there. Read codes. No fault codes. So let's gonna start the engine. Hang on. Let me take the battery charger first. Okay, I just took it off in case if it would slide and would go onto the floor. So it's gonna start this. And voila. So in this case, or for now, software update to the module, the same version. So it looks like, or most likely that software was corrupted, and obviously because we reflashed the software again, we corrected the problem. Now I don't know how long it's gonna last. If there is indeed an hardware fault, if the corruption on this software was caused by a problem with the hardware, obviously it's gonna happen again. But it might never happen again, we don't know. So I think this is my first step. I'm gonna obviously inform the garage that brought me this car that everything I've done, and that this might be an issue that's gonna come back at a later stage. And if it does come back, then we either need to open that safety module and see if there's anything that we can find out in there, or we're gonna have to, yes, replace the gateway module, the safety information module, or safety, but it's not that module. That's wrong. So yeah, while I'm here, I've not been asked, I'm gonna calibrate the steering angle just to get rid of that light. And that's it for this video, guys. Really, I don't know. Well, we're gonna put everything back together now here on the center console, organize all these again, and we go from there, really. So I don't know, guys. Hope there's some information here you guys can find it useful. If you do have this issue, if you do have an issue with airbags on these cars, make sure you diagnose. Ah, there we go. Ah, okay. Okay, so it didn't resolve nothing. Okay, so wow, guys, what a turn of events, huh? I was pretty much convinced this was done. Okay, so we're gonna have to do something else then. As I was just saying, if he comes back, which he just did, we're gonna have to obviously go next step. And next step is gonna be, I'm not gonna program it again, obviously. Next step is gonna be remove the module out and either get it replaced, or, but first let's gonna have a look, see if we can see anything wrong in there, and go from there, really. Hey guys, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty much sure that this is my safety gateway module. So you just take this undercover here and this exposed module. We're going to pull it out and just compare the hardware number on the tool with this, but I'm pretty sure it's this one here, all the yellow optic fiber cables. I'm pretty much sure this is the one. So let's kind of pull it out and have a look at it. Okay guys, and the module is here. And right, visually I can't really see nothing wrong. I mean, there's nothing like burn or anything like that, but the first thing I'm going to check is gonna be, right, because the fault is not coming all the time. So when I done the reflash, as you've seen, the light went out, then came back on, then I've done a reset to this module, clear the codes, and the fault went again, and then a few minutes later came back on again. So whatever is wrong with this module is not, it's something that happens not straight away. So there's no caps swell or anything like that, but that's the first thing I'm going to check, is these capacitors. So I'm gonna probably start with these two big ones, remove them and check them, and see if we find anything wrong with them. But yeah, visually nothing looks wrong, so let's gonna see if we find anything obvious with some of these capacitors. I'm not gonna lose too much time, because obviously it will be easier and quicker to just get another module. But let's gonna see what we find out with this. Okay guys, so back here on the car, as I said on the last clip, I've checked the capacitors, the capacitors on this module that usually gives you the problem, that gives you this fault, is, in a second, I can take this off. Okay, is usually these two big ones here. Okay, they are 63 volts, 8200 microfarads. Okay, these are the ones that usually gives you issues. I remove them, as you can see on the solders. I remove them and I measure them. I do not have one of those testers for capacitors, but I put them on a scope, I charge them, and then I've waited to see if they would hold current and or voltage, and for how long. They both looked okay, but obviously it might be that they are not. I can't, obviously it might be that at high voltage, I've only tested them up to 50 volts, I think, or 60. They didn't look, I mean, I'm not sure. I could try to replace those capacitors and see what would happen. The problem is I do not have these capacitors. I do not have any here. So I went to one of the scrap yards around here, and I found a module. It's a different part number, but it's from a E60, so hopefully that will work. And I think this video is gonna turn now into how to program a second-hand module onto this car, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna plug it in, scan the module, make sure it doesn't have the same problem as that one, and hopefully all the codes will go, apart from a code that's going to come up probably because of the VIN number, but we'll tackle that later. So let's gonna plug this module in there, just plug it in and go from there. Okay, and I've just plugged it in, and let's gonna turn the ignition on and see what happens. I put it all in place, and let's gonna see. Obviously, I'm gonna still have my airbag light. Obviously. Yep. Now we're gonna come here. I don't know if the Maxi-C is gonna be able to help me on this one. I'll have to have a look. But let's gonna scan this module again. Okay. Read codes. And as you can see now, the other code is not here at all, which is good. My only present code is that one in there. Okay, it's gonna. Okay, so sorry about that. I know I need to program the VIN number. It's gonna erase these codes. Okay, and hopefully only my, yep. So let's gonna cycle the ignition. It's gonna scan the module again. It says no faults, but I know for a fact that until I get the VIN number changed, my airbag light will not go off. Okay, so I don't think. Oh, hang on. I don't think I can do that with the. With the Maxi-Cs, although I could try. I'm gonna see if I can do that with the Maxi-Cs to change the VIN number, but I doubt he's gonna be able to allow me. Okay, so at this point, because this is a second hand, so I don't know if this is gonna allow me to do anything. Because as far as I'm aware, the only thing I need to do, hang on. As far as I'm aware, the only thing I need to do is to change the VIN number on the module. I don't want the Maxi-Cs to try to update a software that does not belong to that module, because the part number of that module is different. So I do know that sometimes, you know, throughout the years, they do like hardware revisions and stuff like that, and the modules, although they are compatible, they come with different part numbers. So I don't know if this is the case. So the only thing I want to do really now is to change the VIN number. So so let me see if I find here on these menus a place where I can change only the VIN number. Okay, and from here, guys, like I said, maybe Hotel could go if I would tell him that a module was replaced, and maybe Hotel, the Maxi-Cs, would allow me to reflash and redo the VIN number, but I'm going to do it differently because I have the tools. So we're going to do it like this. We're going to use BMW dash. So I've just connected to the car, and here it is, the info of the car. We're going to close this now. I'm going to go to select units, and I want the, it's going to be that one. There is SIM SGM. Actually, let's gonna do something different. Let's gonna scan all the units. So we're gonna scan the entire car. And as you're gonna see, so when it shows me, there's a little bit of glare. So as you can see in there, it shows me the VIN number of each module. Okay, and what we're gonna see is when it gets to the SGM module, that's going to show me a different VIN number. Okay, that's why. And yeah, so let's gonna allow the scan to finish, and then we'll go from there. Okay, and the scan is now finished, and as you're going to be able to see down here, my SIM SGM does have a different VIN number. Interesting though that the mileage has changed to the same as the car, so I strongly believe the mileage on that SIM module was lower than this one, and when you plug it in, you adjust the mileage if it's higher. So, or maybe, I don't know. Interesting though, that's the same, but as you can see, the VIN number is different. So what we're going to do is program the correct VIN number. Okay, so I strongly believe you only need these last 7 numbers, which I wrote them in there. Okay, so what we do from here, sorry about the glare, I'm going to select my module, which is that one in there. Okay, click it twice. It's going to read some info, and here it is, my VIN. It was actually from a 2005 car. Okay, this is 2004, so this is slightly different, but it's from there. There is one error. I don't know if it's going to show me the error. So 93 AC, not really sure. It's going to close that. It's going to go to right VIN number. Only asks for the last 7, so B Z 67 047. Press OK. That's now a very good start. Okay, let's gonna try this again. Make sure I put this right. Okay guys, and I have really good news. So as you have seen, BMW Dash for some reason failed to write the VIN on that module. I've used BMW Dash to change VIN numbers quite a lot, and it was the first time it failed on me, so not really sure if would have been something to do with the software version on that module. Sometimes little things like that can influence, but it failed. So my next option was coming back to the Maxi Cs, and I'm really happy to say the Maxi Cs did the job just fine. So if you go back when I've done the reflash on the old module, you're gonna see that when I come into this programming menu, as it scans the modules and all that, it does ask you if you have replaced any modules. So when I've done that one, obviously I pressed no, but this time I pressed yes. So I thought at the time this would only work for brand new modules, but it doesn't. So what you do is you press that you have obviously replaced the module. Then when you come to program encoding, okay, you go to control unit list, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not there. I can't remember where you do it, guys. Ah, there it is. So when you get here, that is going to be pre-selected. So it's not now because I've done it already. But when you come to here, you could just follow the plan. But I just came here, and these three, they were selected. So replace, encode, and program. They were all selected. Was also selected. That one in there, as is still, because he wants me to update it, but I'm not going to update it just yet, unless it gives me an issue. But MaxiSys automatically ask me to update this module, perhaps to communicate properly with each other, maybe. But I haven't done it. I've done just the one I've replaced. And when I did it, obviously he updates the module to the latest software, so the same as the old unit now. So you do that, and because you selected replaced, the MaxiSys does just that. So if I go here now, you're gonna see, so this is my module. As you can see in there, I've selected SGM and latest information programming. So that was the software update. Look at the chassis number, BZ 67047, which is the new module. And as you can see in there, programming data 29/08/2018. So today. So yeah, the MaxiSys did update the VIN number on this. And I'm really happy to know that he does it. So from now on, to be honest, I don't even think I'm going to go back to Dash, unless it's just a quick VIN change on my user. But because obviously the MaxiSys requires that you reflash the module, while with the BMW Dash you can do just the VIN number. That's it. Although, as you have seen, it failed this time for some reason. So yes, I've done it. I've done it a long time. I've done it about, well, straight away after that last failure on that screen, and he programmed fine. There was no faults. The light went off, and I'm really pleased. Really, I'm actually surprised that the MaxiSys allowed me to change a VIN number on a second-hand module. That is absolutely spot on, as you guys out there probably can imagine. It's really good that you can take a module from a car, put it here, reflash it, and tell the MaxiSys that you have changed that module, and the MaxiSys will pick up the VIN number from the car and will just throw the VIN number on that update, and will reflash the VIN number. Is absolutely spot on. So I think that's it. After all the step backs we had throughout the video, where I first thought updating the module has fixed the problem, which obviously it didn't. Then I was early a bit disappointed that Dash didn't, it was failing to program the VIN number, but eventually we got there, all done. Guys, wow, this was not an easy one. So guys, I hope there's some information on this video that you guys are gonna find useful. I hope there's some information here it can help you. Yes, just a quick, you could try to replace those two capacitors, as I've said. It might work, it might didn't, I don't know. At least we now know it's working, guys. That's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do still have any questions, any comments, well, you know, put them below. And like always, thank you so much for watching.